Hi everyone, this is our last video in this series. It has to do with inspections. I'm Troy Richardson, and in this presentation, this crucial area of ziplining inspections is required on a daily basis. Pre-use checks are mandatory because ziplining is not about the thrills, it's about keeping people safe and safely stopping them. Where this video fits in the emergency brake training zipline arrival speed is the very last one. Inspections. We'll dive into what's needed into the inspections. But first, the pre-use questions that we had in the quiz will be answered throughout this video. So please take notes. First question, why are daily pre-use checks important? The answers include to ensure optimal performance of equipment, to meet state and local requirements, to identify problems with products, and to identify problems needed for repairs on zipline devices. Number two, why do manufacturer guidelines have inspections? Well, the answers include to provide recommendations and for optimal product usage, to follow the standards and regulations and requirements for this product, and because manufacturers' guidelines adhere to safety standards, and to provide instructions and inspections and maintenance. Number three, are inspections part of state and local regulations? Let's find out. Yes, some states require annual inspections and documentation to be sent to them every year. Yes, state and local websites, and so keep an eye on them. Some cities like Las Vegas, they follow ASTM 24 standards for all their amusement rides and attractions. And yes, ziplines should have policy and procedures that follow local regulations. So number four, who is qualified to be a third-party inspector? Well, that's a good question. Let's look at some answers. The answers are certified inspectors follow the standards and regulations. Inspectors are licensed and have several years of experience. Inspectors can be engineers, zipline builders, and designers. The builder or designer can perform the commissioning inspection on the zipline, but not the third-party inspections. Third parties need to be done by somebody else. The builder or designer of a zipline is not a third-party inspector. And number five, why are third-party inspections required annually? Well, let's see. To ensure compliance with regulations and the standards, to provide unbiased assessment of the zipline and its safety and design, or reduce liability issues. So why are third-party inspections required annually? Well, let's see. To ensure compliance with regulations and standards, to provide unbiased assessment of a zipline safety and design, to reduce liability issues, comply and follow the standards, and to enhance safety and provide warnings for the zipline and zipline owner. Let's look at some videos of inspections. First up, we're going to look at a spring array that's being inspected, and then we'll move through the others. So this spring array video, we're going to look at a short video on installation, but it also at the end has how to inspect this type of a spring system, which is a spring array.
And here, now put your spring together. Keep that in mind when you inspect springs. You just spin them around. You're looking for cracks. There is dye penetrant you can use on them. And the dye penetrant, you can spray it on them and wipe them off. I would suggest doing that once a year. Spray the dye penetrant on. You might have to be trained to do that. Then you wipe it all off. Spray a white powder that brings the dye out, and you'll see surface cracks. These springs are designed to last a million cycles. They're stainless steel. These ones are steel. Just testing a few other ones. We recommend 4 years, 200,000 cycles. Nice thing about this type of spring is when it collapses, the center closes. So you have two places that are closing. Instead of just bumping at one end and pushing that spring closed.
We'll also look at this video. Zip stop and zip keys inspections is quite extensive, and you'll need to follow all the manufacturer's guidelines to inspect every component on that zipline. One thing to keep in mind is look for these ropes. They have ropes on a lot of these braking devices, and those are what they call reduction ropes, and they should be inspected also, as well as all the components that go through the rope, pulleys, and the stopping device itself on a daily basis. Let's look at the video. What you're seeing here is the inspection process for inspecting a zip key or a zip stop, the components that are out on the line all need to be inspected every day during a pre-use inspection. Let's watch the video. Notice how much time it's taking, and that's why many of these inspections are being missed and we're seeing accidents as a result. I'm going to let this video run for a couple of minutes because it does take him at least that much time, once he has all of his gear on, to get out there on the line and look at the different components of that zip key you see in the bottom left. That is required to be pulled out by the participant or the guide every time a zipliner comes down. That's the stopping device, the little black and yellow zip key. A zip stop has a brake trolley that's very similar, that is connected to a reduction rope similar to this. These ropes have been tangled, they get loose, and they get severed, and that's where some of the accidents that you've seen in my presentations have came from, is this type of a brake system that has a pulley, has a reduction rope, and you have to reset it. Notice how he has to go clear out. You can go back to this YouTube link and follow him out. But he's out there checking a clamp for the pulley, that black rope that you see, that's going to be attached or is attached to the zip key that you see on the left-hand side, the black braking device with a orange or yellow spacer in the middle there. Notice this is quite an extensive process, and most zip lines do not do this, and they're required to. And finally, equipment inspections. If you're putting your zipliners in any piece of equipment, carabiners, lanyards, harnesses, letting them use a zipline trolley, whatever it might be, anything that comes in contact with that zipliner really needs a pre-use check to make sure that it is safe and meets the manufacturer's guidelines. This inspection is of a zipline trolley, and we will look at one trolley and then we'll take a look at another one. The entire video is only a couple minutes, but we'll only watch a minute or so. Life safety equipment needs to be inspected on a daily basis. Anything that's holding your participants, whether it's a trolley, lanyard, zip line braking system, things that's going to make them safe, they need a pre-use check every day, and it needs to be documented, because if it's not on paper, it's vapor. Carabiners, the lanyards, any component that's holding or keeping your participants safe needs to be inspected daily. And document anything that you find. If the wheels are loose, whatever it might be. And make sure you number each item so that you can quickly identify them. Hey, thank you again for watching this presentation. You can go back through, capture links, but for now, just be safe and let's enjoy ziplining and lower your risks. Thank you.